The coaches for Alameda, in first A, Derek Livingston and Marciano Reichel.
Welcome inside the broadcast booth here at Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. I'm Kieran Costa, and we're in for a beautiful Friday afternoon affair between Headfirst Baseball and the Alameda Anchors. The Anchors coming off a tough road trip, dropping 2 games to the Humboldt Crabs on the road, but they're right back and ready for BACL play to continue. The Anchors sit atop the Bay Area Collegiate League, holding a 1-game lead over the Admirals and West Coast Kings Gold, a lead they'll try to extend, playing 3 games against Headfirst Baseball over the next 2 days. 6 o'clock start here from Alameda in just a moment, and then a twin bill at San Ramon Valley High School tomorrow. Headfirst Baseball will host that. Derek Livingston and Marciano Reichel, the 2 coaches for the Anchors, and they're going to send Michael Polito out on the bump. Dylan Lee available out of the bullpen for Alameda. Another depleted squad, only 4 guys on the bench for the Anchors. The lineup that Polito will face in the first inning: Bobby Brown, the shortstop, leads off. Karsten Pearson, the center fielder, backed second. Malachi Francois bats third. Zach Gardner, the third baseman, cleans it up. Cameron Miller, the first baseman, fifth. Mason Hanshaw, sixth, the left fielder. Jesse Moore Johnston, the designated hitter, bats seventh. Matthew Cormier, the catcher, hits eighth. And rounding out the 9 for head coach Mike Bungers is Tyler Kubo, the right fielder. The 2 umpires you see at home plate: Keith Baker, and then in the field he'll be joined by Matt Felder. Anchors coming off a loss on Wednesday, that by a 10-0 score to the Humboldt Crabs. That was the second in what was a sweep for Humboldt at home against an Anchors squad. But that being said, an Anchors squad that has struggled mightily out of league all year long has been dominant in the BACL. They're 12-5. The West Coast Kings Gold sit 1 game behind them. The Admirals and the Legends 2 games back. Deep Roots Baseball 2.5, Seals 3. And this ball club, Headfirst Baseball, they sit 5 games back. They sit at a record of 6-9. The Anchors at a record of 11-4 in league play. Your pitching matchup today: Michael Polito takes a mound for the Anchors. He'll be matched by Jesse Moore. Michael Polito, in league play up until this point, has gone 9 complete innings. No decision in both. Giving up 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 8 altogether. That in just 9 innings works. Puts him at a 6 earned run average. He's struck out 7 and walked 5. So for a team that's had some command issues in the past, Polito, a guy who can pound the zone, and they'll look to do that today. Beg your pardon, he has a 4.66 ERA. And a 3.06 batting average against. Most of his appearances have been out of the bullpen, as this is his first start for the Anchors in BACL play. The national anthem to be played here at Pat Bale Field. First pitch coming up on the other side here on Alameda Anchors TV.
To achieve the ideals of our nation. Please, fans, once again, if you would rise for our national anthem. Thank you. The flag is up here by the booth. Thank you.
Once more, welcome inside the broadcast booth here at Pat Bale Field on the College of Alameda. And it is just a beautiful day for baseball, not a cloud in the sky, but beautiful rolling hills rolling from center to right field, and that beautiful San Francisco skyline over the left field fence. Keith Baker will be the home plate umpire. Matt Felder has the base duties. And Bobby Brown, Karsten Pearson, and Malachi Francois will be the three to hit against the starter, Michael Polito. Michael, a right-handed pitcher, making his first start and his fifth BACL appearance. Polito, the right-hander from Chabot College. Working with his battery mate Atticus Gonzalez tonight, third to first, Chris Bliscoe, Blady Wetzel, Marcus Jang, and Telly Hill. Isaiah Landry plays left. Jordan Bolden, who started Monday's game and threw over 100 pitches, gets the nod in center field today. And the hot-hitting Brendan Bell plays right. Both teams wearing gold today. Oh, shit. So Gonzalez throws down to second, and we're just about ready for baseball. Bobby Brown, the shortstop, steps in from the right side. Polito takes the ball and climbs the hill. Anchor is wearing the gold with anchors ripped across the front.
And at first base, Jake Cross.
Headfirst also wearing gold, but with a maroon secondary color, Berovich across the front. Bobby Brown, wearing the high stirrup stock, stands in from the right side. Polito is ready. Brown is ready. Baker calls play, and the first pitch of the ball game is cut on and missed for strike one. Anchors, the losers of two straight, but continued to just win baseball games time and time again in BACL play. That one sent out towards right center. That's going to dunk in and roll all the way to the wall. Brown rounds first, heads towards second. Bell cuts it off and fires to the cutoff man, Jang. And Berovich leads off the game with a double. Berovich just drove, or beg your pardon, Brown just drove that one the other way.
Second, center fielder, number 30, Karsten Pearson.
And perfectly split Bell and Bolden out there and right in center. No one could make the play. And so the first batter on with a double, and that brings up Karsten Pearson. And Gonzalez very quickly, after just two pitches, is going to head out to the mound to have a discussion. Mike Bunger is coaching third. Jake Cross over at first for Headfirst Baseball. Polito from the slide step fires low. It's 1 ball and no strike. Bobby Brown led off the game with a double. He stands at second base. Karsten Pearson, the center fielder, waits on a 1-0 from Michael Polito. It's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Polito checks the runner at second and fires. It's grounded towards second. Jang fields and fires in time to get him. Bobby Brown moves to third on the play. So Pearson is out 4-3, and now that first run just 90 feet away, and Malachi Francois stands in.
Third, second baseman, number 19, Malachi Francois.
Francois steps in, slightly open, stands from the right side. He's the second baseman tonight. And the first one hit him. A breaking ball hits him on the front shoulder. And he's on first base via the hit by pitch.
And his partner for Headfirst, third baseman, number 15, Zach Gardner.
That brings up the cleanup man, Zach Gardner, with now runners on the corners and one man out. Anchors infield, plays for two. Polito delivers. It's bounced towards Wetzel. That's short. Goes to second for one. The relay from Jang is bobbled. Jang just couldn't get it out of his glove on the double play turn. It's not going to be an error. He had it beat out either way. So it's an RBI for Gardner on the fielder's choice. It would have to be a very hasty turn by Marcus Jang to get the out, and he bobbled it a little bit and couldn't get out of his glove. So Brown comes in to score. The leadoff double pays off for Headfirst, and Malachi Francois out at second. Zach Gardner leads away from first. He picks up the read. That one's grounded to the right side and through. No play for Jang. So Polito filling up the zone early. It's just getting hit. That's the second. Second hit of the inning for Headfirst, who are jumping all over Michael Polito.
Number 9, Mason Hamshaw.
That brings up Mason Hamshaw, the left fielder. Bats with runners at first and second and two men out. A leadoff double, a ground out, a hit by pitch. RBI, fielder's choice, a single, and we stand with runners at first and second. And two men out. Polito delivers a breaking ball that finds the inside corner. No balls and one strike. Anchors back in action Sunday. Tune in here. First pitch 6 o'clock against the Novato Knicks. That one tries to find the inside corner again, but misses. It's 1-1.
Defense.
Front door breaking ball didn't find its way back to the corner. But 1-1. Fastball outside. 2-1. Polito trying to limit the damage to just one run. Runners lead from first and second, two men out. Polito delivers a 2-1 to Hanshaw. It caught on and fouled into the mid of Gonzalez. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners lead from first and second, and Polito hit another one. Tried to throw that slider over the inner half once more, and it's his second hit by pitch of the inning. Both of those coming on that off-speed pitch.
Number 36, Ben Johnston.
So the base is full of Headfirst players. Slightly open stance. Fastball misses outside to Jesse Moore. The pitcher tonight. Beg your pardon, Ben Johnston, the DH.
Moore wants to hit them.
Takes ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. No place to put him. The 2-0 from Polito, caught on and missed. It's 2-1. Polito looking to leave the bases loaded and keep the deficit at just one lone run. The 2-1 fouled straight back to the screen, even at 2-2. Gardner from third, Miller from second, Hanshaw from first. Ben Johnston, the hitter. Polito delivers a 2-2. Breaking ball outside, and we're filled up at 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that starts the merry-go-round with a full count and 2 outs. The runners will be going on the pitch. Polito shakes off the first sign from Gonzalez, now delivers fastball outside, ball 4, and it's 2-0 Headfirst on the bases loaded walk drawn by Ben Johnston. So So it's 2-0 head first on a fielder's choice and a bases loaded walk.
Catcher, number 10, Matthew Cormier.
Matthew Cormier now bats. He's the 8th head first batter to hit in the inning. His team now leading 2-0. Polito misses high with the fastball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 cut on a miss. It's a ball and a strike. Polito looking to limit the damage at 2. An Anchor's offense that we saw put up double digits 2 times last week. Looking to do it once more. They're going to have to come back and do it from behind as that one misses high. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Bases remain loaded after the walk. Polito's 2-1. That one gets by Gonzalez. It's going to roll to the screen, and another run's going to come in to score on the pass ball for Atticus Gonzalez, and it's a 3-0 ball game. The runners advanced as well. That one's in there for so Filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matthew Cormier. Strzok came out swinging, and Polito is out of the inning and picks up his first strikeout. 3 runs on 2 hits and 2 left. Headfirst puts up 3 with the Anchors coming up in the bottom half. Isaiah Landry, the left fielder, leads off against Jesse Moore. The tall left-hander is ready. Lefty on lefty. His delivery to Isaiah is outside for ball 1. Beg your pardon, I think was a called strike 1 by Keith Baker. I spoke too soon. The 0-1. Landry sends one out towards center. Pearson comes in and makes the catch chest high, and Landry is gone on just 2 pitches. That brings up shortstop Brady Wetzel, who will be followed by Aiden Teclis, the DH. Brendan Bell, the right fielder, hits cleanup. Atticus Gonzalez, the catcher, bats 5th. Chris Bliscoe 6th and plays 3rd.
Brady Wetzel.
Jordan Bolden, the center fielder, 7th. Telly Hill, the first baseman, bats 8th, and Marcus Jang rounds out the 9. Wetzel on the first pitch, a check swing, it goes 3 unassisted. And although it was an unintentional swing from Wetzel, it yields out number 2.
Batting third, the designated hitter, number 44, Aiden Teclis.
That brings up Aiden Teclis, one of the anchors to be represented at the All-Star game last Saturday. The pitch, fastball, just off the corner, 1 ball and no strikes. Landry and Wetzel, both top 2 out, and we'll see if Tackless can keep the inning alive. He's ahead, 2 balls and no strikes on Jesse Moore.
Hey, so he fit on the pass ball, third run scored, and nobody else scored. Would that be a third run? I have no idea.
The 2-0.
She's only about 30 years, right?
That one finds the inside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. To take a look around the BACL, Deep Roots lead the Bombers 6-3. That's in the top of the 4th inning. Seals and Samurais later, waiting on a score between Game Prep and West Coast Gold. Tackless sends that one out towards left center, sinking fast, but not fast enough, as Pearson runs it down in the left center field alley. So the Yankees go quietly in the first, on to the second, 3-0 head first. Tyler Kubo, and then back to the top of the order for Headfirst in the second. Polito back to work, and it's called strike 1. That one, though, is up above the zone at the letters. It's 1-1. Kubo, and then back to Brown and Pearson. Against the right-hander, working quickly, stares in for the sign and delivers. Up and inside with a fastball, it's 2-1. First pitch was at 6:09 p.m. here in Alameda. Game time temperature 71 degrees. It looks to cool off when the sun sets in
The first one was not called.
an hour and a half here from the East Bay. That's ball 4 to Tyler Kubo, and the leadoff man aboard for the second consecutive inning. And that brings up Bobby Brown. Brown doubled and scored back in the 3-run first inning. Polito's pitch is in there for a called strike 1.
Would be kind of cool, right?
Whistle plays in on the grass over at third. Slider misses inside. It's 1-1. Wetzel and Jang double play depth up the middle. Telly Hill holding the runner on. Outfield straight away. Polito picks back to first. And diving back is Tyler Kubo just in time. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bobby Brown. Top half of the second inning. Headfirst leads it
Get a chance on number 4.
3-0. This one's popped out towards Bell and right, who settles under it to make the catch. And there's one away as that goes F9. A can of corn for Brendan Bell out there in right.
It's number 4. Good enough.
Center fielder, Carson Pearson.
It's Carson. Some days seem like a rental car company.
Gonzalez is thrown down to second with the runner going is high. And moving to second base on the stolen base is Tyler Kubo. A well-executed delayed steal by Kubo, and now he's in scoring position with still just one man out.
I always look at the runner if at all possible. Yeah, first and third is kind of hard sometimes.
That one's bounced foul.
Tell you,
One ball and one strike to Pearson. Bounced to second last inning. Polito looks to strand that runner, and he goes with a fastball. Nice block by Gonzalez. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
The sportsmanship. Batter hits with baskets. Nice.
Malachi Francois waits on deck.
Unless it's like this.
Headfirst Baseball, also known as Berkovich Honors of the BACL. They sit 5 games back of the Anchors for first place. This one's popped up down the left field line, and Chris Bliscoe makes a running catch with his back to home plate. A nice play by Chris for the much needed second out of the inning. The runner has to stay put at second base. So it goes as a P5, and Malachi Francois steps in for his second trip of the ball game.
Malachi Francois.
Francois was hit by a pitch, and waiter erased on a Zach Gardner fielder's choice. Polito checks the runner at second and fires. It's bounced towards third. Bliscoe plays it on a hop, sets, fires, throws in time. A nice play by Bliscoe, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left.
No hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for Headfirst.
We head to the last of the second, 3-0 Headfirst.
Going to the Anchor side of inning 2.
The heart of the Anchor order gets their first crack at Jesse Moore, Brendan Bell, Atticus Gonzalez, and Chris Bliscoe. Brendan takes first pitch for a called strike 1. This one he lines foul first base side, and he's quickly in a hole, 0-2. Shaw came out swinging. The throw down from Cormier gets Brendan Bell, and there's one away here in the home second. First strikeout for Jesse Moore.
Batting fifth for the Anchors, the catcher, number 23, Atticus Gonzalez.
That brings up Atticus Gonzalez. Moore. His breaking ball misses low. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Atticus. The left-hander works off the third base side of the rubber. Gonzalez bounces it through the right side for a base hit. Gonzalez goes the other way with the baseball, and it yields the first Anchor hit of the ball game, and that brings up Chris Bliscoe with the 1 on and 1 out.
And again, it might be affecting this broadcast that we're talking about.
Batting sixth for Alameda, the third baseman, number 12, Chris Bliscoe.
That brings up the left-handed hitting Chris Bliscoe with Gonzalez at first and one out. That slider runs off the corner. It's a ball and no strikes to Bliscoe.
Is that the warmest it's been for a start this year? By far, I think, like 6 degrees.
Bliscoe cuts and misses. It's a 1-1. Just laid on a fastball from Moore. That one's in there for a called strike 2, and Bliscoe behind Moore, a ball and 2 strikes. Bliscoe comes into the game hitting .270 with a .367 on base percentage in league play. Those 7 hits have come courtesy of 4 singles and 3 doubles. He's knocked in 3 runs and scored 4 himself. The 1-2 is outside, evened up at 2-2 to Chris Bliscoe. Jordan Bolden waits on deck. The 2-2 offer from Moore is inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and it's ruled that it hit Chris Bliscoe. So he moves to first, and the runners lead from first and second now with still 1 man out. And the Yankees have themselves a rally here in the last of the second via single and hit by pitch, with Bolden coming up with 2 runners on.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 1, Jordan Bolden.
Gonzalez moves to second on the hit by pitch, and Bolden stands in. The first one he sees is fouled first base side. 0-1. 3-0 head first. Last of the second. The Yankees, though, looking for a rally. Bolden takes a fastball back, clips to the outer corner. It's 0-2. The right fielder, Kubo, playing very shallow. The infield shallow all around for head first as a fastball misses low. First baseman Miller playing behind the runner Bliscoe. The 1-2. Bolden hits a weak ground ball to third. Going to be a tough play. Gardner comes on. He takes it to the bag at third and gets the lead runner. So it's a fielder's choice on a very weak ground ball by Bolden. Bliscoe moves to second, and now there's runners at first and second with 2 men out for the power-hitting first baseman Telly Hill.
Number 8 for Alameda, first baseman, number 6, Telly Hill.
Hill, the big left-handed hitter, waits and takes outside 1-0 from University of Pacific, heading into his senior year there. Bolden, a huge lead over at first. But 1-0 to Telly, cut on and missed. It's a ball and a strike. Gonzalez singled. He was erased on the Bolden fielder's choice. Bliscoe stands at second. He was hit by a pitch. The 1-1, Hill fooled and spoils it foul over the anchor dugout on the third base side. It's 1-2. Marcus Jang waits on deck.
Oh, yeah. Right here. It's funny because I don't know what.
The 1-2 with 2 outs to Hill is a curveball. Ring him up over the inside corner, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go on to the third inning. Head first leading the Anchors 3-0. Zach Gardner leads off the top half of the third inning for Headfirst, leading the Anchors 3-0. Gardner will be followed by Miller and Hanshaw here in the top of the third inning. Zach Gardner reached on a fielder's choice and scored in that crooked number 3 run first inning for Headfirst baseball. That one's in there for a called strike 2. Polito filling up the zone to start the third inning. Dylan Lee, the only other listed pitcher on the roster today. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Zach Gardner, as he waves and misses at that one. There's one down. The second strikeout of the ball game for Michael Polito.
First baseman, Cameron Miller.
Cameron Miller singled his first time up. The lefty waits on the first one from Polito and sends that one out towards very shallow center. Bolden coming on, he's not going to get there, and it dunks in for a hit. And just dropped perfectly in between the second baseman Jang and the center fielder Bolden, knowing how to play. And Miller's on for the second time today.
Left fielder Mason Hanshaw.
Hanshaw was hit by a pitch his first time through. Here, he takes a fastball that clips the outside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. Ben Johnson, the designated hitter, waits on deck. Polito fires. It's grounded hard toward third and takes a nasty hop up over Chris Bliscoll's head and skips into left field. It's a single for Mason Hanshaw, a very hard hit ball that took a wicked hop and kicked up over Chris Bliscoll. And that brings up Ben Johnson.
Designated hitter, Ben Johnson.
Johnson drew a bases loaded walk and picked up an RBI in the first inning. Here he bats with runners at first and second and 1 man out. Back-to-back singles from the 5th and 6th hitters in the Headfirst lineup. First one misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0, but first Polito checks second, nothing doing. Top half of the third inning, Headfirst leading the Anchors 3-0 and rallying for more. But that one's cut on and missed. It's a ball and a strike. Miller leads from second, Hanshaw from first. The 1-1 with 1 out is caught on and missed. A good slider from Polito is waved right through, and it's ball and 2 strikes to Ben Johnson. The designated hitter already has an RBI today, and a couple more waiting out there on the base paths. The 1-2. Grounded back up the middle. Jang steps on second. The relay to first. In time to get him. Double play. Ground ball right back up the middle. Jang took it to the bag, fired to first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the home half of the third. The Anchors looking to rally. They trail 3-0. Marcus Jang, the Wesleyan Cardinal shortstop, takes the first pitch for a called strike one.
He could go. If he makes on base, just go Jackson.
The 0-1 is spoiled foul down the first base side. Jang finished up his freshman year out in Middletown, Connecticut, playing for the Wesleyan Cardinal. We'll head back there this fall. The 0-2 is outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Marcus. He's played both middle infield spots over the first half of this summer for Alameda. The 1-2, Marcus strikes out swinging. There's one down. The third strikeout for Jesse Moore, and back to the top of the order in Isaiah Landry. Landry
Left fielder Isaiah
came into the game
Landry.
hitting .258 with an OPS of .665. 7 of his 8 hits, beg your pardon, have been singles. The other one a triple. Those stats obviously just in league play. Isaiah takes outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Landry led off the game with a fly out to the center fielder Pearson. Here, half swing, but he went around. It's 1-1. Fastball diving towards his back foot. Had him all tied up. The 1-1 offer from Moore is a curveball that drops in for a strike. It's 1-2. Brady Wetzel, the shortstop, waits on deck. Moore off the third base side of the rubber fires, and Landry spoils it first base side. The battle continues at a ball and 2 strikes.
You notice how he's a very close pitcher, so he's full of overs. It's kind of hard to read.
Landry will be heading to Alabama State this coming fall after finishing up at Clayton Valley Charter High School. The 1-2 to Landry is up and away, evened up at 2-2. Beautiful Friday evening from baseball here at the College of Alameda. Last of the third inning, the Anchors trailing 3-0. The 2-2 to Landry is fouled again, and the battle will continue. Landry, a right-handed hitter, waving that bright pink bat over his back shoulder. The 2-2 pitch, a curveball struck him out swinging. Back-to-back Ks to start the inning for Moore, and there's 2 away. A big hook from Jesse Moore had Landry fooled. And that's 3 strikeouts in a row dating back to last inning for the Headfirst starter. That brings up Wetzel. Wetzel out on a check swing grounder to the first baseman. Here he takes high for ball 1. Anchors threatened in the second, leaving 2 aboard. Looking to start a 2-out rally here. Wetzel takes outside. He's ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Headfirst 3, Anchors nothing. Last of the third. The 2-0 is in there. Fastball at the knees, 2-1. Aiden Tackless would be next if Wetzel can keep the inning alive. The 2-1. That one finds the corner as well. And Moore's battled back to even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Moore to Wetzel is lined foul over the first base dugout. The count holds at 2-2. Wetzel waits on a 2-2 from Jesse Moore. Here it is, and it's lined into left field. That's a base hit. Moving over to cut it off is Hanshaw, and he will. Wetzel takes a wide turn at first, but heads back with a 2-out single, and that brings up Aiden Takalis.
Designated hitter, Aiden Takalis.
Takalis hitting .429 coming into the ball game with a .613 on-base percentage, OPS over 1,000 for the left-handed hitter, who takes a breaking ball called for ball 1. Knocked in 4 runs this season, all 4 RBIs though coming with 2 outs. Looking to tack on to that 2-out ribby total here, and he takes a breaking ball, this one in there, and the count's 1-1. Wetzel leads from first, he singled. More to Takalis is blocked by Cormier, and Wetzel heads back to first. So Takalis now ahead of Moore in a hitter's count at 2-1, looking to get the anchors on the board. Lefty on lefty. Moore checks the runner at first and fires, and Takalis is late on a fastball, and he lines it foul down the third base side. It's 2-2.
If it's white or light green, no. If it's black, it's open.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wetzel lined a hard single into left. Takalis looking to keep the inning alive. The 2-2 offer from Moore is inside. There goes Wetzel. The throw is caught by the pitcher, Jesse Moore. Cormier came up firing down to second base, and the pitcher just snagged it before it could make it all the way there. Looked like an instinct play from Jesse Moore. I don't think they would have had Wetzel at second base either way. So now the count's full to Aiden Takalis, with Wetzel now in scoring position, the 3-2, and Tack, as he's called around the clubhouse, fouls it straight back to the screen. 3-2 pitch. Wetzel runs again. The curveball is grounded at the plate. And we'll see pitch number 8 in the battle between Moore and Takalis. Brendan Bell waits on deck. Bell's been very good in limited BACL appearances. Another 3-2. We'll see if Wetzel runs again. He's dancing off second base. He's running. The 3-2 is lined out towards shallow left. Coming on Hanshaw, and he dropped the baseball. Wetzel's going to come in to score on a huge E7. Takalis just hit a soft line drive out towards left. Hanshaw came on, and it just bounced in and out of his glove.
Right fielder, Brendan Bell.
And just like that, it's a 3-1 ball game. So Takalis won't get an RBI on the air. It's a high chopper to short. Bell hurrying up the line. What a nice play from Brown ends the inning. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left. The Anchors scratch one back onto the 4th. Headfirst leads 3-1. Matthew Cormier leads off the top of the 4th inning against Polito and pops the first one foul. Tyler Kubo, and then back to the top of the order in Bobby Brown to follow. Polito induced the double play ball to end the last inning, looking to pick up a shutdown inning after his offense got one back, and he does it by starting out ahead of Matthew Cormier, 0-2. Cormier struck out swinging his first time up, and here it's a pop-up, right side. Marcus Jang, the second baseman, ranging over, and he makes the catch. Sunglasses on, staring straight into the sun. It goes as a P4, and that brings up the 9-hitter Tyler Kubo. Kubo led off the second inning with a walk. He stole second, but was left stranded there. First pitch is in there for a called strike one. The 0-1 is lined foul and up into the seats down that left field side. It's 0-2. Anchors looking to extend their lead in the BACL. The 0-2 is spoiled foul again, and it's still no balls and 2 strikes. Polito, making his first start, gave up 3 in the first. Has settled down since then, throwing up a couple zeros. Here, it's grounded out towards Jang. Fields fires in time. There's 2 away. And that brings up Bobby Brown. Brown doubled and scored in the first. Flew out to Brendan Bell out and right in the second. Stands in here with 2 outs and nobody aboard. The first one from Polito is low, 1-0. That one sent out towards Bell again, and deep right towards the line. Bell on his horse, moving over. He goes into a slide, and he can't make the play. He was hindered there by the bullpen. The bullpen's on the field here at the College of Alameda. He was tracking the ball and then sort of slipped on where the grass turns into dirt on the visitors' bullpen. He's okay. He jogs back to his position, but it goes as a very long strike one.
This is what we could do, Rich. Let's say we could just point down and do it.
The 1-1 curveball up and inside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to Bobby Brown. Foul tip into the glove of Gonzalez, and we're even at 2-2. Polito looking to pick up his first 1-2-3 frame of the ball game and give his offense a chance at just a 2-run deficit. Polito shakes off the first, likes the second, and front door slider does not come all the way back to the plate. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Very close pitch, but Keith Baker rules it misses inside. That one's lined towards right. Bell cruises over, makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1-2-3, go head first in the 4th. 3.5 in the books. Anchors trail at 3-1. Atticus Gonzalez, Chris Bliscoe, and Jordan Bolden all will get their second look at the lefty, Jesse Moore. Gonzalez leading the team in runs batted in BACL play with 6. Bollinger and Hennings behind him with 5, and then a lot of guys down there with 4. Gonzalez sharing the catching duties with Aiden Sakai and Caleb Velo, and he takes a first pitch fastball in there for a called strike 1. Gonzalez hitting 385 and getting on base at a 500 clip in just 5 league games played, according to our stats. He takes a big cut there and misses. It's 0-2. Gonzalez behind Moore, 0-2. The catcher waits on an 0-2. Fastball is in the dirt. It's 1-2. Atticus singled and was stranded at second. His first time up. Here he waits on a 1-2 from Moore. Curveball outside, 2-2. Deep Roots Baseball has extended their lead on the Bay Area Bombers. It's now 14-3. Here comes the 2-2. Gonzalez tied him up inside, and there's one away. That's strikeout number 5 for Jesse Moore.
Chris Bliscoe.
That brings up Chris Bliscoe, who was hit by a pitch his first time through. First pitch he sees is in there for a called strike 1. Jordan Bolden waits on deck. Lefty on lefty. Jesse Moore and Chris Bliscoe. The anchor third baseman waits and grounds one back up the middle. Ranging over is Francois, and he throws to first in time. Nice play by Malachi Francois. The putout goes 4-3, and that brings up Jordan Bolden.
Stepping into plate for the Anchors, center fielder Jordan Bolden.
Jordan hit a weak number up the third base line his first time up. Gardner took it to the bag for a fielder's choice. And just as he started out the first 2 anchors of the inning, Jesse Moore fires in a called strike 1. Bolden, very slightly open from the right side, takes a fastball in off the corner, and it's 1-1.
Thanks for the first pitch.
No action in either pen. The 1-1 in on the hands. Bolden pops it up to third. Gardner 2 steps back, makes the catch. The Anchors go quietly in the 4th. We move to the 5th here at Pat Bale Field. Headfirst still leading 3-1. Karsten Pearson, the first head-first batter to hit here in the top of the 5th, and the first one misses. 1 ball and no strikes to Pearson. Francois and Gardner to follow. That one misses. Low. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes, I think is what Keith Baker just said. Polito winds and fires. It's spoiled foul.
Nobody's on base. I do like a slash. If I do like a base, I just do a line through it, but then it was look like it's all at once. And then there's been zeros. It's say somebody's still
1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch is outside 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Polito's pitch. This is just off the corner, and we're filled up at 3-2. That one very close as well, and it misses for ball 4. And Pearson's on via the walk.
Headfirst second baseman, Malachi Francois.
Polito, first pitch, fastball in there, and it's 0-1 to Francois. Malachi was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He bounced out to Bliskel in the second. Here, he takes low. It's 1-1.
catbird seat.
Zach Gardner waiting on deck. Anchor infield looking to turn a pair. They've already done it once behind Polito. Check swing, appeal out to Matt Felder in the field. He did not go, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Hard to tell there. This guy raising the dust over at first. See where he go.
Francois cuts and misses. It's 2-2.
I mean, I feel like in that case we could tell him.
Pearson leads away from first. He led off the inning with a walk. Polito stares in for his sign. Delivers a 2-2. Francois strikes out swinging. Gonzalez's throw down is offline. So Polito picks up the strikeout of Malachi Francois, but moving to second on the stolen base is Pearson. And Atticus Gonzalez is going to implore Keith Baker that Francois cannot walk across the plate to head back to the dugout while he's in the middle of his throw. And he's ruled out at second base. And Mike Bungars can't believe it. He's going to call a timeout and come and talk to Baker and Felder, and Gonzalez had a point. Gonzalez came up firing after Francois cut and missed at strike 3, and then Francois has to give Gonzalez a lane to throw to second base. Instead, he walked across in Gonzalez's throwing lane, and he had no throw. So we'll go as a strikeout plus an interference call to rule the runner out at second base. Mike Bungers understandably upset with the call, but it was all above board. Gonzalez appealed the interference. Baker went out and talked to Felder. They came together to make a ruling. And the runner is out at second base. It goes as a double play. So the runner erased on interference, and there's 2 down.
Third baseman, Zach Gardner.
If you have a chance, there's sometimes you have to get a shot.
The first pitch is popped up foul down the first base line, and Polito all of a sudden has been bailed out of the runner on first base and would look to throw up his 4th 0 in a row.
Second double play.
That one's in there for a called strike. It's 0-2.
No, that's what I said. I gotta keep pitch count when I'm doing this.
The 0-2 offer outside 1-2.
I would never get it right. It would just be the wrong pitch count.
Polito delivers a 1-2. Straw came out swinging on a high fastball. Back-to-back Ks to end the inning for Polito. Halfway through our ball game today after 4.5. The Yankees trailing 3-1. Telly Hill, Marcus Jang, and Isaiah Landry 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Yankees will look to continue to chip into this lead, which is now just 2 runs. Dylan Lee is taking the long walk down the third base line, and he'll get up in the anchor pen. Hill takes a big hack at a high fastball and comes up empty. He's behind 0-2. Telly struck out looking on a curveball his first time up. Waits on an 0-2 pitch. And spoils it foul down the third base line.
Sit back, Telly. Sit back.
Dylan Lee only has 5 innings of work in 3 games in the BACL season. Has been away from the ball club for a little while. The 0-2 pitch, curveball, grounded back up the middle and through for a base hit. A nice piece of hitting by Telly Hill. He waited on a breaking ball and hit it right back up the middle for a leadoff single. And that brings up Marcus Jang, who struck out his first time through.
First leadoff.
Second baseman.
First time in 5 innings.
Jang.
The Yankees have had the leadoff man aboard, and Marcus Jang steps in from the right side. Big hole on the right side for the righty, who takes a fastball off the corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Jang came in hitting just 143 in BACL play, but really picked up the hitting in the Independence State Tournament and has continued to hit very well in out-of-league play. Here, he's in a 1-1 battle with Moore as he represents the tying run here in the last of the 5th. Curveball slips out of the hands, and Jang's ahead 2-1. Mark is still getting on base at a .333 clip. And he pops this one up back to the screen. Marcus has stolen 2 bases in 2 attempts this year. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the anchor 9-hitter. Telly Hill leads from first. The top of the order, Isaiah Landry looms on deck. Jang waits on a 2-2. Fastball is low. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if they send the runner Hill. The 3-2. Jang fouls it out the plate. And he will see an 8th pitch from Jesse Moore. Three balls and 2 strikes. Moore finally ready. Delivers a 3-2 to Jang. High ball 4. And Marcus Jang works a walk. There's runners at first and second now, with still nobody out in the inning. For the top of the order in Isaiah Landry. And out to the mound to talk to his pitcher is Mike Bungers. And that prompts action in the pen for Headfirst. The righty's loosening. Bungers looks down there to see if he's ready. Telly led off the inning with a single. Jang followed up with a walk. That's just what you want the bottom half of your lineup to do as they set the table for the top. Landry, Wetzel, and Tackless. We'll see if they face the lefty Jesse Moore or if they'll take a call down to their bullpen. Bungros sticks with Moore, and he's gonna head back up to the mound and have conversation behind it with this pitcher. So Isaiah Landry, the man to bat with Telly Hill at second and Marcus Jang at first, and nobody out. 3 runs, 4 hits for Headfirst. 1 run on 3 hits now for the Anchors, who trail by 2 but have mounted a rally here in the last of the 5th. The first 1-2 Isaiah is fouled at the plate. He's behind 0-1. Landry flew out in the first and struck out in the third. Dylan Lee up and loosening in the bullpen for the Anchors. The 0-1 to Landry is lined towards second, and it's going to dunk in for a base hit. It kicks off the right fielder, Kubo. Telly Hill's going to round. He's going to score. Landry is tagged out at second base. So Telly Hill scores. Marcus Jang goes to third on what's a single and an E9. And then the putout goes 9-6. And just like that, the lead's been cut in half. It's now a one-run ball game. And that tying run stands just 90 feet away in the form of Marcus Jang. Wetzel, first pitch swinging his broken bat, pop up to second base. An easy play for Francois and a much needed second out for Moore, and
designated hitter, Ian Tackless.
Marcus Jang has to hold at third base. So the Anchors have picked up both their runs via the error. Telly Hill scored. Jang now at third. Landry was tagged out at second base. Then Wetzel popped up. Tackless, who, as I mentioned, all 4 of his ribbies coming with 2 outs, would love to pick up one here and tie up this ball game with Marcus Jang just 90 feet away. The pitch to Aiden. is a late call, but a called strike one as it finds the corner, according to home plate umpire Keith Baker. Tackless, the lefty waits on the 1-1. He takes low and outside. Out of Sacred Heart Prep out in San Francisco. Played his first year at University of Hawaii. He is ahead of the count against Moore. 2-1, a fastball this time finds the inside corner, and we're even at 2-2. Dylan Lee ready down there in the bullpen. We'll see if they ask Polito for a 6th inning. 2-2. Tackless check swing holds up, and we're full at 3-2. Brendan Bell waits on deck. If Tackless can extend the inning. Tackless reached on an E7, which knocked in the Anchor's first run of the ball game. He also flew out to center. Here he waits on a 3-2, and he hits a high Baltimore chop to second. Tough hop for Francois, who throws to first in time, and the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. We head to the 6th. The Anchors trail by 1, 3-2. Polito out for his 6th inning of work, and he starts it with a fastball off the corner. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Cameron Miller, Mason Hanshaw, and Ben Johnston to follow. Owens in there for a called strike 1. Miller, 2 for 2, a pair of singles off Polito up until this point. This one's grounded through the first base hole, and it's a leadoff single. That's the 3rd of the ball game for Cameron Miller.
Right through that hole.
Left fielder Mason Hanshaw.
And that brings up Mason Hanshaw. Mason on base 2 times himself. Was hit by a pitch in the first. He singled in the 3rd. Was erased on the double play. Here he squares to bunt. Gonzalez is going to throw down to first, and they have him hung up. Telly to second. Jang swipe tag. Drops.
He got knocked out.
It looked like the ball was knocked out of the glove of Marcus Jang.
He has the right to go to the base. He stretched out to tag him and it got popped out.
And what looked like a free first out of the inning turns into a stolen base, as there's no one really to attribute the error to. Still looking to bunt, and this one's foul. It's quickly 0-2 on Mason Hamshaw. Headfirst looking to get the run back that the Anchors picked up in the last of the 5th. Polito looking for yet another shutdown inning. The 0-1 or beg your pardon, the 0-2 now, and first a whirl and a check on second base. That one's lined hard towards left. Landry comes into a slide. He can't make the play, and the runner's going to come around. The throw's going to come to second. And it's 4-2 head first on the hard hit single into left. So unlucky twice over for the Anchors in the inning. It goes as back-to-back singles, an RBI for Mason Hanshaw, his second hit of the ball game, and it's 4-2.
Designated hitter, Ben Johnston.
First score since the first.
Landry came on, sort of went into a half slide, but could not come up with the baseball. It kicked away from him, and that allowed the runner Miller to score from second, and another attempted bunt, and this one goes foul as well. This one off the bat of the designated hitter Ben Johnston. Johnston an RBI walk in the first, and he grounded into a double play in the third. Anchors looking to turn their third double play of the evening. They trail at 4-2. Another attempted bunt, this one foul yet again. The third the fourth unsuccessful bunt of the inning. And now he's going to hit away at no balls and 2 strikes.
It's summer ball.
The 0-2 pitch, fastball low, Gonzalez picked back to first! Not in time. Hanshaw got a little too far off the bag, and a nice snap throw by Atticus Gonzalez.
Feel like a Falcon trying to fly with the save call.
The 0-2 off for a pick back to first, nothing doing. No balls and 2 strikes to Ben Johnston, and he fouls it back to the screen to stay alive. Not a ball and 2 strikes. Strike! Came out swinging. He gets him reaching out a fastball away. And that's the first out of the inning.
Headfirst catcher, Matthew Corrier.
That's the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Michael Polito.
He's already given him more outs than he was anticipating. 4 or 5 innings, 6.
First pitch cut on and missed. Another check on first from Gonzalez is high. And back to the bag yet again is Mason Hanshaw. That brings in Matthew Cormier. The catcher has struck out and popped out. And takes a running fastball up the corner. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner leads from first. Polito misses low. It's 2-1. Dylan Lee is back in the dugout, but ready after loosening last inning. Polito sets and fires. It's a little flare out over Jang's head and very shallow left. Right. Brendan Bell's gonna make the catch. Brendan Bell goes into a headlong dive to make the play, and there's 2 down.
Right fielder Tyler Kubo.
That brings up Tyler Kubo. Kubo walked and grounded out to Jang at second. Polito, this is low, the runner goes, Gonzalez blocks it, and the runner moves up on what will be ruled the second stolen base of the inning. Had it stolen off Polito, though. Good pitch to run on as it missed in the dirt. That one's lined hard towards right. Bell coming on again, and he runs this one down too. The inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Headfirst doubling up the Anchors 4-2. Brendan Bell leads off the last of the 6 for the Anchors, who trail Headfirst Baseball by the score of 4-2. Bell made that outstanding play in right field in the top half of the inning. Here, he drives that one fair down the left field line. It's going to roll all the way into the corner. Bell rounding first, heading towards second, and he's going to stop there with a stand-up double. An absolute missile off the bat of Bell, straight down the third base line. And the leadoff man is aboard, and that brings up Atticus Gonzalez, the team RBI leader, as one standing out in scoring position with nobody out.
Catcher Atticus Gonzalez.
Big hole on the right side for Gonzalez. The first pitch to him is a curveball that misses high, and Cormier is going to go out to the mound and have a discussion with his pitcher. A new pitcher into the ball game for Headfirst. Seth Vasquez has come on in relief, and it's hit hard and foul down the first base line by Gonzalez. So Bell greets Vasquez with a double, and Gonzalez looks to get the Anchors right back in it. Bell away from second. Gonzalez fouls it off down the first base side again, and he's behind Vasquez. A ball and 2 strikes. Vasquez is 1-2. Gonzalez takes low, 2-2. So the book is closed on the starter, Jesse Moore. Moore went 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, neither of them earned. 4 hits, he walked 1 and hit 1. Gonzalez, a broken bat bouncer to short. Charging is Brown, and he throws to first to get Gonzalez. Moving to third on the play is Bell.
Belatedly introducing the new pitcher, number 55, Seth Vasquez.
So Chris Bliscoe comes up with now runner at third.
Chris Bliscoe.
Bliscoe's been hit by a pitch and grounded out to second. That one misses outside. Bliscoe's ahead 1-0. Vasquez delivers outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Jordan Bolden waiting on deck. Bliscoe looking to get the Anchors back within a run. That one misses badly outside. Gets away from the catcher Cormier, but no movement from Bell, and it's 3-0 on Chris Bliscoe. Anchors down by 2. We'll see if they give Bliscoe the green light. 3-0. Vasquez delivers. It's in there. 3-1. Bell at third. He went off the inning with a double.
3-1.
Went to third on the Gonzalez ground ball. Bliscoe takes outside ball 4. He's on base for the second time today. And that brings up Jordan Bolden looking to turn around an 0-for-2 ball game. Fielder's choice and pop out to third.
Center fielder, Jordan Bolden.
Runners on the corners. 1 man out for Jordan Bolden, who hits it hard to third. But they go to second for 1. The relay to first. In time to get him, says Matt Felder, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We head to the 7th, still 4-2 at first.
1 hit.
Dylan Lee comes out of the bullpen for the Anchors to relieve Michael Polito. Polito turned in 6 strong innings today, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked 1, K'd 5. He hit 2 batters. Dylan Lee's first pitch is in there for a called strike 1. To the leadoff man, Bobby Brown. Top of the order, he'll be followed by Pearson and Francois. And Lee puts the first 2 in there. It's 0-2. Dylan's been away from the ball club for a little while, just 3 BACL games played. That totals 5 innings. Pitching to a 4.20 earned run average. Struck out 4 and just walked 2. Used ahead here of the leadoff man Brown, who went 1 for 3 off Polito, including a leadoff double. That one's lined to Jang, who leaps up but cannot come up with it, and it's a leadoff single, the second hit of the ball game for Bobby Brown.
Center fielder Karsten Pearson.
That brings up Karsten Pearson. Pearson 0 for 2 on the ball game. He's also walked. Lee steps off and Brown scampers back to first base.
I don't know if I see the right-handed pitcher turn that way.
Lee's first pitch misses to Pearson. Anchors trail at 4-2. Left runners on 3 consecutive innings in an attempted rally. Top half of the 7th, though, still 9 outs to do it. Breaking ball just misses. It's 2-0. On Pearson. 2-0 offer is a cold ball 3. Don't know where that Lee fastball missed, and he's way behind. It's 3-0 to Karsten Pearson. Malachi Francois, the second baseman, waiting on deck. That one's in there, the 3-1. Get me over is a called strike.
Unlucky a couple times too. I thought really there was a low strike that I thought you had a couple times you didn't call. Do you agree? Yeah.
Lee steps off once more. Bobby Brown causing trouble down there over at first, dancing off the bag.
Yeah. And sometimes these umpires are like, well, if you didn't pitch it, we're supposed to.
The 3-1 is a called strike too. Karsten Pearson had jogged halfway to first base before Keith Baker calls him back and filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brown leads away from first. Lee's full count delivery. Runner goes. It's lined hard and foul down the first base line. Almost hit first base coach Jay Cross.
You watch out over there.
On a bullet off the bat of Karsten Pearson. So we'll do it once more at 3-2. Lee staring into Gonzalez for the sign. Working out of the stretch with Brown at first, not running. The 3-2 is in on the hands, popped up to Jang, moving over, he makes the catch. And it goes as a P4. There's one away.
Second baseman Malachi Francois.
Malachi Francois, the next to hit. A hit by pitch, a ground out to third. He also struck out. Here, it's a high chopper to short. Wetzel going back, throws to first. Nice pick by Telly Hill, but it's late. So an infield single for Malachi Francois, and going to third is Bobby Brown. He catches the Anchors sleeping for a free base. And now there's runners at first and third after the infield single from Francois. And that brings up the cleanup man, Zach Gardner.
Third baseman Zach Gardner.
Gardner picked up an RBI on a fielder's choice in the first. He also was a strikeout victim twice of Michael Polito. This one is crushed out to deep left. Landry chasing back to the wall. It's gone. Or beg your pardon, it's a ground rule double as it takes a high hop up over the wall. Landry never had a chance as the ball was crushed off the bat of Zach Gardner. It one hops over the wall for a double.
So you got 5.
And it is a 5-2 ball game.
Would make it 9 on the board if we had the Yeah.
First baseman, Cameron Miller.
5-2 head first, and they're looking for more here in the top of the 7th. That one misses off the corner. Ball 1 to Cameron Miller. Miller singled in all 3 trips against the starter Polito. The 1-0. That one finds the corner. It's 1-1.
We have it down as a stolen base that could have been errors. We may have to review that consistently. Would the first baseman get error for that?
The 1-1
For not holding it.
fastball just misses below the zone. A very close pitch.
Or would it be?
So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Headfirst leading 5-2. A big swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
They throw?
Yeah.
Kick.
2-2 from Lee. Off the corner, filled up 3-2. Brown led off the inning with a single. Pearson popped out, an infield single, and then a RBI ground rule double for Zach Gardner has made it a 5-2 ball game. The 3-2 offer is inside ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Miller on base for the 4th time today, and that brings up Mason Henshaw. That brings up Mason Henshaw. Henshaw singled twice. He was also hit by the pitch. That all the way back in the first inning. Anchor's defense has already turned 2 double plays. One was aided by that batter's interference on Malachi Francois. And now they look to do it one more time against Mason Henshaw, who takes a big hack and waves and misses. He's behind 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 man out, top half of the 7th inning. Headfirst leading 5-2. Lee just misses with that one. It's 1-1.
Two runs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Caught on and missed. It's 1-2.
2 runs because it doesn't count.
The 1-2 from Lee to Henshaw is low, and it gets away from Gonzalez, and the run's gonna come in to score.
First there.
And everyone advances another 90 feet. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. A quick correction. Polito, only 2 of his 4 runs were earned.
Yeah, this stolen base changed to an E3.
The 2-2 to Henshaw. Grounded past Bliscoe down the left field line, and that's going to score both runners. Landry over to cut it off. His only throw will be into the cutoff Bliscoe. It's a double for Mason Henshaw. His third hit of the ball game. The 4th consecutive head-first batter to reach base. 2 more come in to score. 4 have scored in the inning, and all of a sudden it's 7-2. Lee's first pitch is lined foul.
He pitched up there every weekend.
Yeah.
He didn't really get touched for too much up there.
Ben Johnston walked, grounded into a double play, and struck out. All that off the starter Polito. Now gets his first look at Dylan Lee.
Good stuff.
That one is blocked by Gonzalez. The count's 1-1. 4 runs in the inning to make what was a 4-2 ball game an 8-2 ball game.
Then he tries to catch it.
And Headfirst has some breathing room. There goes the runner. Lee picks back to second, and they got him. So Lee picks the runner, Hanshaw off second base. A much needed second out. And all of a sudden, he retired. If he can retire Ben Johnston, he's out of the inning.
1-4.
But pickoff goes 1-4. As Jang was covering.
2, 3, 4 hits.
That one misses just off the corner. It's 2-1.
You could put that one hair on that board first.
The pitch paints the black of the inside corner, even it up at 2-2 to Johnston.
So the official change is going goes to E3.
2-2, 2 outs. Curveball misses inside, and we're filled up at 3-2. The full count delivery from Lee is chopped to Wetzel. High hop, gloves it, throws to first. Hill makes the play, and the side is retired. 4 runs on 4 hits, and the bases are left empty. Time to stretch here in Alameda. Headfirst leads it 8-2. Telly Hill, Marcus Jang, and then flip that back to the top of the order for the Alameda Anchors in the last of the 7th. They trail Headfirst baseball by 6 runs, but a very potent offense that we've seen hang up very crooked numbers before. They need one here. Hill hits it a mile high to right. Kubo settles under it, and one of the few patches of sun left on the ball field, he makes the catch. The whole left side in shadow, and it's going to get even tougher on hitters as they're in the sun while the pitcher throwing out of the shadow. That pitcher is Seth Vasquez still.
Second baseman, Marcus Jang.
So Hill pops up, and that brings up Marcus Jang, who struck out and walked, and spoils that one foul. It's 0-1. Isaiah Landry out on deck.
It's not the worst.
Here comes an 0-1, and Jang takes a called strike, even though it comes out of the glove of Cormier. It's 0-2.
Aiden comes in the game.
Oh yeah, smart.
Yeah. So
The 0-2 to Marcus Jang is outside, and it's 1-2 strikes. A good take from the Anchor's second baseman today. Plays both middle and field roles for the Anchors and had one start at third base. The 1-2 offer is low, 2-2. Anchors looking to rally. They trail by 6 here in the last of the 7th. 8 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors for Headfirst. 2 runs on 5 hits, and 1 error for the Anchors. Jang hits that one off the plate and foul. It's still 2-2.
I have no pitcher. I'm almost real pitcher.
Vasquez, the righty, came on in relief of Jesse Moore, and he worked a shutout 6th inning. On for his 2nd inning of work, he winds and delivers a 2-2 to Marcus Jang, who throws his hands at it and fouls it off. The battle continues at 2-2. Jang looking to flip that lineup over for Isaiah Landry and Brady Wetzel. Vasquez rocks into a 2-2. Ring him up on a curveball that clips, I guess, the top of the zone, and there's 2 away. Jang can't believe it. That one looked a little bit above the zone. So it's a backwards K.
Now batting for Alameda, left fielder Isaiah Landry.
Top half of the order in Isaiah Landry comes in. Isaiah flew out to center, struck out, and then hit that single out towards right, wound up getting thrown out at second base. First pitch swing pops it up. Third baseman Gardner makes the play, and the side is retired. On to the 8th. Anchors trail at 8-2. Matthew Cormier leads off the inning against Dylan Lee. A pair of defensive changes. Lee has a new battery mate. It's Caleb Velo, and Jack Bollinger replaces Jordan Bolden out in center field. The 0-1 is line foul, first base line. It's 0-2. Aiden Sakai loosening in the Anchor bullpen down the left field line, and there's also action in the Headfirst pen. The 0-2, breaking ball skips away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Teru Khan is the right-hander loosening for Headfirst. Aiden Sakai, the usual catcher for the Anchors, is loosening. He'll get the 9th inning. We've seen him pitch multiple times before.
I was there in 2019.
2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. Nice backhand by Bliscoe. Fires across the diamond. Nice stretch by Hill. Nice play on both ends by the Anchors. And there's one away. Bliscoe picks it on the backhand and fires to first. Telly Hill with the stretch. And the Anchors defense records a nice first out.
Tyler Kubo.
The whole Anchor infield was out doing drills a full 2.5 hours before this game started. Derek Livingston was out there with all 9 infielders here today, and they were doing work, and it pays off there as Chris Bliscoe makes a very nice throw across the diamond. There's one down. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-2 is grounded to first. Telly Hill, it kicks off him. It goes to Jang, who throws to first, and it's by him. It goes as an E3 on Telly Hill. And the runner's aboard at first.
3C.
And that
Shortstop, Bobby Brown.
flips the lineup over for Bobby Brown. Brown has a single and a double. He has also lined out to left twice. That one and 1 hop past Bliscoe down the third base line, and it's a single. His 3rd hit of the ball game, his 2nd in as many innings. And Karsten Pearson's gonna look to extend the lead.
Batter, center fielder, Karsten Pearson.
First pitch curve from Lee drops in there for a called strike 1.
They're gonna bat in the same spot as the other. We'll find out.
The 0-1 pitch, Lee checks the runner at second and delivers another curve. This one hit off the foot of Brown, and it's 0-2. So it's 0-2 to Karsten Pearson. Pearson 0 for 3 with a walk. He was erased on the interference. That one's driven towards center. Bollinger comes on. He's not going to get it. He plays on a hop and it kicks by him. And Brendan Bell is going to take the long run over to cut it off. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. That one kicks away from Wetzel. He can't find it, but neither could third base coach Mike Bungers, and so it has to go as a triple. It's just a bad hop up on Jack Bollinger. It kicked by him. Brendan Bell went over to cut it off. So Pearson gets his first hit of the game. It's a 2 RBI triple, and it's 10-2 Headfirst baseball. There's still only 1 out here in the inning. Malachi Francois comes in for his 5th plate appearance. He was hit by a pitch in the first, grounded to third. This one's hit well foul down the third base line. Grounded out, struck out. Was also charged with a hitter's interference call. So you don't see that double play all so often. He struck out and was called for interference on the same pitch. He then singled and scored in the 7th. Comes up here with a man on third and fouls that one off first base side this time, and he's behind Dylan Lee, 0-2. Lee ahead of Francois, 0-2. The pitch, a check swing foul down the first base line. It stays 0-2. Sakai up and loosening now with some haste down the left field line. You'd assume he'd pitch the ninth and hope Dylan Lee can finish his second frame. The Anchors back in action tomorrow. They play a pair against this Headfirst squad, and then they're back home against the Novato Knicks. That's Sunday at 6 o'clock. The 1-2, beg your pardon's low again. Back-to-back breaking balls in the dirt, laid off by Francois, and we're even at 2-2. Francois fouls it off, and he'll see an 8th pitch from Dylan Lee. Top half of the 8th inning. Headfirst Baseball has extended what was a 4-2 lead to now a 10-2 lead. Or at one point it was a 3-2 ball game, beg your pardon. It's now a 10-2 ball game. Francois takes a breaking ball that misses somewhere and fill her up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
We're into the zone as the game goes on.
To the Headfirst second baseman. The 3-2 pitch, Francois strikes out swinging. The second time he's gone down on strikes today, and Dylan Lee finally wins the battle on what will be looked back as when it was not his best pitch of the at-bat. A hanging breaking ball had Francois fooled.
Wow.
The first strikeout for Lee. That brings up Zach Gardner, who takes outside 1-0. Polito went 6, giving up 4-2 earned, and it's been a tough outing. It's been a tough outing for Dylan Lee, and what's now sitting at 1 1/3 innings. Here he's behind 2 balls and no strikes to the cleanup hitter Gardner. Gardner with a RBI fielder's choice in the first. Then he struck out twice and hit a booming ground rule double to pick up his second RBI of the game. That was off Lee last inning.
Very dark spot up there. It did look like it.
2 balls and 1 strike. Lee looking to strand the runner at third. And a curveball inside. It's 3-1. Cameron Miller waiting on deck. Lee's 3-1 is pulled.
Please don't run on the top.
Foul down the third base line. And it's now 3-2. Fastball in on the hands, and Gardner, to his credit, pulled it hard, but just fell on the wrong side of that white chalk line down past third base. So it's filled up at 3-2 to Zach Gardner. Cameron Miller, who has 4 hits, waits on deck. Here comes the 3-2 off for Lee. Strike! Sam out looking. Curveball drops in there. Back-to-back Ks, and the inning is over. We head to the last of the 8th. Headfirst leads it 10-2. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Led off by Wetzel, who serves one into left center field, and it dunks in and rolls past the center fielder. And it's a leadoff double for Brady Wetzel, his second hit of the ball game, and maybe that sparks the 8-run rally for the Anchors here in the last of the 8th. So Wetzel on second with nobody out, and that brings up Aiden Tackless.
Aiden Tackless.
He texted me from the dugout.
That one's high, 1-0.
So what if they're like he was wound up?
Teru Khan, the new man, gives up the leadoff double to Wetzel, and now Aiden Tackless looking for his first RBI with less than 2 outs in an inning. All BACL season. He takes a big hack there, but comes up empty, and it's 1-1. Brendan Bell waits on deck. He doubled his last time up. And then Caleb Vela will hit for Atticus Gonzalez if it gets that far. Vela came in offensively for Gonzalez in the top half of this frame. That one from Khan misses, and now it's 2-1 to Aiden Tackless.
We got 13 minutes.
The 2-1 pitch. That one drops in there, and it's even at 2-2. Back-to-back breaking balls, and seemingly very close spots yield different calls. But either way, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Anchor DH. Tackless 0 for 3. He did reach on a crucial E7, which scored the first Anchor run. Tackless swings and fouls it off. It's holding at 2-2. He also flew out to center and bounced to second. And that prompts even more action in the Headfirst pen. The Anchors have 6 outs to try and mount a miraculous rally. The 2-2 is inside 3-2 to Aiden Tackless. So filler up 3-2 to the left-handed hitter. Facing the new righty Khan. Brady Wetzel leads away from second. He had a leadoff double. We'll see if they send him on the full count delivery. They do not. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off, and we'll do it again. Brendan Bell, the right-handed hitting cleanup man today, waits on deck. Tackless looking to continue this rally after the Wetzel leadoff double. The 3-2 is grounded to second. Francois takes 2 steps to the bag, throws him out. Moving to third is Wetzel, and after a long battle, Khan yields the ground out of Aiden Tackless.
He gets
Ty Kloppen up and loosening in the bullpen for Headfirst.
Brendan Bell.
Now Brendan Bell comes up. Uribe standing out there 90 feet away in the form of Brady Wetzel. The sun all but set. You can see it gleaming off the San Francisco skyline over the left field fence.
San Francisco's rival.
Hey, that's that.
1 ball and 1. It's 1-1, and Bell takes a huge hack and a miss. It's 1-2.
You can see the shadow of the Salesforce Tower on the building of Oakland.
The 1-2 pitch. Bell strikes out swinging, and there's 2 away. And that brings up that brings up Caleb Vela hitting for Atticus Gonzalez. Gonzalez's night ends 1-3.
Caleb Vela.
He was already in last.
Gonzalez singled, struck out, and bounced to third. Wetzel still at third base. The first one misses high to Vela.
That means Bollinger.
Bollinger would be next. He came in to hit for Bolden.
It'll be Bliscoe then.
The 1-0 is popped up, shallow right, moving over his Kubo, and as he heads into the sun, he makes the play, and the inning is over. We head to the 9th inning, 10-2. Anchors trail Headfirst baseball. Aiden Sakai comes on to finish out the last 3 outs and hopefully hold Headfirst at 10 runs, and we'll see what the Anchors do in the last of the 9. Cameron Miller is going to lead off. Miller has singled 3 times and walked. All 3 of those hits came off of Polito, and then he walked against Dylan Lee in his only trip. Sakai, usually a catcher, making his first BACL pitching appearance. He went a shutout inning a couple weeks ago in out-of-league play. His first 2 are fastballs, and they both miss out off the corner, and it's 2 balls, no strikes to Miller. Mason Hanshaw and Ben Johnston would be next. He delivers the 2-0 in for a strike. It's 2-1. So Polito to Lee and now Sakai for an Anchors team trailing 10-2. And that one's fouled back, and Sakai right back in the count. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Really yeoman's effort.
The Anchors play a pair at San Ramon Valley High School tomorrow against this Headfirst squad before coming home for an out-of-league game Sunday night. Come out to the College of Alameda for that, 6 o'clock start against the Novato Knicks. That curveball misses low, and Filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cam Miller, looking to get on base for his 5th time today. The 3-2 from Sakai. Shaw came out swinging on a high fastball. There's one away. Sakai reached back for that one, and Miller swung right through the high fastball. There's one down.
Left fielder, Mason Hanshaw.
Mason Hanshaw was hit by a pitch, singled twice, stole a base and doubled, so Miller and Hanshaw were on base all 8 times those 2 came up coming into this inning. And Miller was retired for the first out via K, and now it's 0-1 to Hanshaw, who cuts and misses, and Sakai quickly ahead 0-2. Sakai stares into Velo for the sign. delivers an 0-2 pitch. Straw came out looking. Fastball over the inside edge. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Mason Hanshaw. And there's 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aiden Sakai after the bullpen.
For Headfirst, batting for the designated hitter Johnston. Number 27, James Grazer.
James Grazer comes off the bench to hit for Ben Johnston. The DH went 0 for 3. He did have a bases-loaded walk and an RBI, but he hit into a double play Cade and bounced to short. The pinch hitter Grazer is behind 0-1. Sakai overthrows that one, and it's 1-1. Aiden's come out of the pen firing as he struck out the first 2 hitters he's faced for an anchor pitching staff that struggled mightily today. That one's lined back up the middle. Bollinger's not going to get it. He plays it on a hop and a 2-out single for the pinch hitter Grazer. Jared Griego is going to come pinch hit for Matthew Cormier at the catcher position. He takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Sakai, after falling behind the first hitter, has been ahead of the next 3. That one finds the corner. A nice frame job by Caleb Velo, and it's 0-2. Sakai looking to punch out the side, sets at the chest, checks the runner at first, and delivers. Yanks a fastball, it's 1-2. Sakai only works out of the stretch, whether or not there's a man on. Delivers a 1-2, bounced up the middle. Wetzel, Fields takes it to bag himself, and the inning is over. Sakai strikes out 2, gives up a single, works around it. Last chance for the Anchors. They trail by 8.
No runs.
Bliscoe, Bollinger, and Telly Hill are going to try and start what would be a miraculous rally here in the last of the 9th. And Bliscoe takes first pitch for a ball, and it will be done against a new pitcher, Ty Clappin, the 4th man to pitch for Headfirst, and he comes in with a sizable 8-run lead. Bliscoe takes that one low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. Bliscoe with the chopper right back to Clappin, who's going to run it halfway, underhand to first. There's one down. And that brings up Jack Bollinger for his first plate appearance. Jordan Bolden in 3 trips, hit into a fielder's choice, popped out and grounded into a double play. Jack Bollinger.
Yeah, I just don't have the roster.
Jack
I thought he wore a different name.
takes
different numbers. Too.
low.
Maybe you could tell.
First one is low. It's 1 and 0. That one's high. It's 2 and 0. So both anchors have been way ahead. Bliscoe ended up bouncing out to the pitcher. We'll see if Bollinger can spark the rally. 10-2 head first, last of the 9th, and Jack fouls it back to the screen. It's 2 and 1.
He was here. Last week.
Was he hurt in the middle of the year? Good.
2-1 pitch to Bollinger is in there for a called strike 2, and it's even at 2 and 2 for the new anchor center fielder.
Let's go, Jack. Let's go, Jack. Let's go, Jack.
Clappin delivers a 2-2 to Jack Bollinger. It takes low and inside, filled up at 3 and 2.
Some people are clapping. Don't clap so much.
Telly Hill out on deck.
Applause follows him everywhere.
The 3-2. Bollinger grounds it right back up the middle base hit. So a 1-out single for Bollinger, who gets on after working a 3-2 count, and that brings up Telly Hill for his 4th plate appearance. Struck out looking in the 2nd, RBI single in the 5th, and popped out to right in the 7th.
The plate for Alameda, the first baseman, Telly Hill.
Marcus Jang, the 9-hitter, would be next. Telly, a powerful lefty first baseman, adjusts the batting gloves and now digs in from the left side, facing the righty Clappin. Checks the runner at first. Bollinger dancing off the bag, and it's ball 1 to Telly Hill. 1 ball and no strikes. Bollinger from first. Hill grounds it foul at the plate. It's even at 1 and 1. Anchors play a pair tomorrow. Again, that's away, and come out to the College of Alameda at 6 o'clock on Sunday against the Novato Knicks. Or tune in here, of course, on Alameda Anchors YouTube, where I'll join you for not so many more Alameda Anchors home games this summer. There's only 2 more in the schedule. We'll see if there's coverage of the WCWS and the BACL playoffs here. The 2-1 to Telly's in there for a called strike 2. And there is a doubleheader scheduled in August. Bats would be after the BACL playoffs. That's coming up later this month. Hill, it's a rocket back up the middle for a single of his own. That's Telly's 2nd hit of the ball game, the 2nd consecutive single for the Anchors, and that brings up Marcus Chang. And that's the beauty of summer league baseball. An at-bat's an at-bat for these guys, no matter the score, whether it be 10-2 or 1-0.
Batter from the Anchors, second baseman Marcus Chang.
It's all about just getting your ABs in and getting prepped for the coming season. Marcus has walked and struck out twice. First pitch fastball over the corner, it's numbing in 1. So no balls and 1 strike to Marcus Jang, who awaits the Hill 1. That one's called a strike as well, and Marcus behind 0-2. Went down looking on a pitch that he disagreed with. That was back in the 7th, looking to continue the anchor rally after 2 consecutive singles. Marcus takes outside, and Bollinger steals 3rd. The throw is going to go to 2nd. Telly Hill's going to be safe. They're going to pick back to 3rd. Bollinger is going to be safe there. So a delayed steal by Bollinger. He takes 3rd. Telly looked like he was hung up between 1st and 2nd, and instead, Hill nabs his 2nd steal of the season. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jang spoils it foul. Holds at 1-2.
Further alert fans, the defensive head first Griego, when he came in to catch the Starting catcher Cormier moved to first base.
Do we have anybody at third? Move from first base.
The 1-2 offer to Marcus Jang is outside, and we're even at 2-2.
So that means the catcher, Griego.
The 1-2 to Jang is bounced back to the pitcher, and Bollinger is going to come in to score. So it's an RBI for Marcus Jang. The putout goes 1-3.
If they're carrying.
Bollinger scores, Hill holds at second, and the Anchors are down to their final out, and it's in the form of Isaiah Landry.
Well, maybe the outside one.
The batter from Alameda, left fielder Isaiah Landry.
Landry, a right-handed hitter, comes in for his 5th trip. He's 1 for 4 up until this point with a single. First pitch swinging, and he tips it into the glove of the new catcher. It's something in 1. Griego behind the dish.
So it's just a
Landry tomahawks that one foul down the third base line, and the Anchors are down to their final strike in a game they trail now 10-3. 0-2 with 2 outs. Is outside, he gets to the screen, and Hill moves to third on the wild pitch. Brady Wetzel would be next if Isaiah Landry can continue the ball game.
Is it out of power?
The 1-2 offer from Clappin to Landry is a mile-high pop-up on the infield. That should do it. Second baseman comes on, and he makes the catch, and that's the ball game from Alameda. The Anchors fold ahead first by a final of 10-3. Jesse Moore gets the win. Michael Polito takes the loss. Anchors back in action tomorrow at Twin Bill, and then watch here, or come out to the College of Alameda, or tune in here at Alameda Anchors YouTube. That would be Sunday, beg your pardon, at 6 o'clock. Your final total is 10 runs, 13 hits, and 2 errors for the victorious Headfirst baseball team. The Anchors 3 runs on 8 hits. They made 2 errors as well. These teams play 2 tomorrow. That's at San Ramon Valley High School. Tune in Sunday, 6 o'clock, right here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kieran Costa saying so long from the East Bay.